Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do another one of these videos because you guys seem to love them. So I am doing a what I eat in a week, and this is just my whole week's healthy grocery haul. So I've got everything that I'll be having for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I usually just go on a Sunday night and do my large grocery shop. And then that way I'm kind of organized for the week. So I either do a little bit of meal prep then, or I just have everything all together and I know that I can reach in the fridge and grab something and I'll be ready to go. So I'll show you guys through everything that I've got. And this week is a little bit more about getting back on track, because definitely the last few weeks I had so many events and things to go to. I had a couple of friends' weddings and just those kind of things where you're eating a lot of canapes and finger food and maybe drinking a little bit of alcohol as well, which I don't really do that much anymore. So I'm just not really feeling myself, and I really want to get back on board feeling really, really healthy and just nourishing my body. So just a super quick reminder, if you are new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Put up new videos every single week. Now let's start with, I might start with the fresh fruit because I love fruit, and even though it's winter, I really do love having fresh fruit to snack on. So in my office where I work, they usually have a big bowl of stuff that they share with everyone, but there's a few things that I really like that they never have theirs. So I grabbed these strawberries. These are from the Yarra Valley here in Victoria, and they just look so delicious. So really, really excited about those. I also got some raspberries, which are a favorite of mine, and these I'll either add on top of oats or I'll just eat them on their own. So I think it's really nice to have a couple of options for fresh fruit as well. I also got some lemons because I do really like having lemon water, and I either do that in soda water or in warm water as well. So it just depends what I'm having for the day. And I also got some limes because I'm doing some Mexican this week, so I thought that would be really delicious. I also got a ton of veggies as well because that is just something that I really enjoy eating. But something that I'm going to be making for dinners this week is a little bit of a beef stir fry thing. So I got these lean beef Heart Smart beef strips, and these are the extra lean ones. So it always does cost a couple of extra dollars to get the really lean, premium grade mince, but I would definitely recommend it because if you have any fitness goals or you just want to be eating better quality food, it's definitely worth it to put out that extra $3 or $4 and get the best one that you can. And on that, my secret ingredient is this AM brand, hoisin sauce. This is so good. If you've never had it, definitely go and buy it and try it on either beef or chicken strips, or even just on vegetables if you're vegetarian or something as well. But it is so delicious, and it's the easiest way, I think, to make a really clean and maybe boring healthy meal just taste absolutely amazing. So I've been using that, and then with that I will put some Chinese broccoli and some bok choy. These are some of my favorite greens, and I usually just steam them. I've got one of those little colander things that goes into a pot, and that way I just steam them, because I think if you boil them or microwave them or just anything else, it kind of really takes a lot of the nutrients out and it really wilts them and they end up tasting a little bit gross. So that is my favorite thing to do, and that'll be going with some low-cal noodles, which unfortunately I couldn't get because I feel like everyone is onto my secret and they were not on the shelves, but it's these ones, and they are so, so good, and they're pretty much 10 calories per serving or something. So I put that with the beef strips and the greens, and that is a really delicious, clean, low-calorie dinner. One of my other go-to dinners, especially because I work full-time and I don't really feel like cooking for that long when I get home, is some salmon. So I really love salmon. It's very good for your skin, and also just nice to get in a serve of fish instead of different kinds of meat. And so I get it with the skin off. That's my preference. My partner loves it with the skin on, but I just feel like it's a little bit gross. I don't know. And I'll be having that with some green beans. So I just got a little serving of green beans in this bag. And I also put it with this whole grain basmati rice. So these ones are just the microwavable rice, which is great for, like I said, busy corporates, busy mums, lazy girls. Like, it's just the easiest way, I think. And basmati rice is a bit healthier than your regular brown rice. So I really do like the flavor of this as well. So I usually go for that. And I'll put like some black sesame seeds on the salmon to kind of give it a little bit of a crust. But aside from that, it's a pretty plain meal. I might serve it with like some Kewpie mayo or something like that. But that's pretty much a lot of my dinners done for the week. Something else that I usually do for breakfast is my banana smoothie. So I get these organic but sliced bananas. So bananas, I know, can like kind of vary in price. I never really know what the prices are in a supermarket. So when people are like, bananas are so expensive this week, I'm like, I genuinely have no idea. I don't really pay attention because I just feel like it costs what it costs. And when I walk in, I just end up buying what I need. But if you want to grab something that's convenient and already cut up and they're in a freezer bag, then you can just grab these ones. And they're usually only $5 anyway. So I just feel like it's not that much more expensive than just buying actual bananas and cutting it all yourself. Something else I love to have for a meal pretty much every single week is some kind of Mexican food. So I brought these Mission brand street style tacos, and these ones taste delicious, and I like the little size of them because they kind of remind me of Fonda, which is a restaurant that I love to go to here in Melbourne. And these ones are super easy to do. You just put them on a plate, heat them up in the microwave, or sometimes I like to put them in the pan and just toss them with a little bit of butter. So that is the taco base. And then I got these Australian caught prawns, which I just got from the freezer section. You can obviously just get fresh prawns as well, but because I wanted Australian ones and not any from overseas, I just grabbed these ones out of the freezer section. And that way I can just bring down whatever amount I need and I don't have to worry about anything going off in the fridge. And then to go with that, the essential ingredient, of course, my absolute favorite is pineapple. I get the crushed pineapple when I make things like tacos just so that it's easier to like put on there, because if you get the slices or the pieces, it kind of all falls to bits. And you know what I mean when you're eating a taco and it's just like all falling out and goes all over the plate. So the crushed pineapple definitely makes that a little bit easier. Then I also got some Roma tomatoes to cut up because I'm going to make like a little bit of a salsa. So there'll just be the prawn on the taco and then some iceberg lettuce, which I've got here. You can also get this pre-chopped up in just a small bag, which is great because I didn't need to buy like a whole lettuce. And then I've also got some cucumbers, which are just little Lebanese cucumbers, and I absolutely love cucumber. I just feel like it tastes so fresh and it's just really, really hydrating. So I usually chop up the pineapple, the tomato, cucumbers, and that is my salsa that will go. Maybe some red onion as well would have been great, but I forgot to pick one of those up. So that and the lettuce, and then a little bit of aioli on the bottom, and those are your prawn tacos. So that is absolutely delicious and one of my favorite meals as well. I did forget one thing actually from the salsa, and that is coriander. I never used to be much of a fan of coriander, but I just picked up this bunch because I definitely am getting into it as long as it's kind of in small doses. So I will put this sprinkled over the prawn tacos as well. Now, the next thing was something that I actually saw on Instagram, and I thought I would try it for lunches or for snacks and things this week because it just looked absolutely delicious. And that was some falafel and capsicum boats. So I just got these Yumi's classic style falafels. I really like the dips from this brand as well. Because I'm lactose intolerant, they have a lot of lactose-free dips. So if you're looking in at the fridge section and you want to get some dips and crackers, definitely look at this brand. But I've got these falafels, which will go on with some hummus. So again, this is my favorite brand of hummus, or hummus, however you like to say it. And this one is just a really good classic one. I know there's like a bunch of different flavored ones you can get, but I'm definitely more of a plain kind of gal when it comes to food. And then I picked up these capsicums, and I got a huge bag of all different colored ones because that's kind of how they did it on their Instagram. But also because these ones are from Woolworths and they're called the Odd Bunch. And this is how you can kind of get some fresh produce a little bit cheaper, because these are kind of like funny shapes. Like here's like a real little baby one. So they're kind of funny shapes, and they weren't ones that would have, say, sold in the store because they're not the most aesthetic vegetables, but they still taste the same. They're still really fresh. So I really like to buy them that way sometimes because I'm not really a fan of food wastage and things like that. So that is what I've got with that. Some breakfast type stuff. I will usually just have avocado, and Hass avocados are back. Thank God, because shepherd avocados suck. I'm sorry, but they are just disgusting. They're so pale and blah. So that's back, and I usually like to have that with some marinated goat's cheese. So this one is the Meredith Dairy, and this is just an absolute favorite. So this is just the tiniest little jar. I think this only costs $4, which is really great because their huge jars that they used to put out were, I don't know, like $20 or something. And I don't often have that often because, like I said, I'm lactose intolerant. I just like to sprinkle a little bit of feta with the avocado, but that will last me a really long time because I'm using such a small quantity of it. The next thing I picked up is just some plain Greek yogurt. Again, like I said, I'm pretty plain with some food choices sometimes. So I just got this normal Woolworths brand one, and this is just natural Greek style yogurt, which I'll either have with some fruit or just some cereal or something like that in the morning. And then for milk, I have this one. I'm trying this week just for something different. So this is my usual favorite brand, and it's an organic almond and coconut milk. So this will be for my oats and cereal and things like that, which I think will be really delicious. And then my favorite other milk, which I always use for my smoothies, is the Oatly milk, and this is just the best oat milk out there. I can't stay away from it. It's so delicious, and I prefer this in smoothies over almond milk just because it has a little bit of a sweeter taste. So it's kind of like adding a sweetener to it, but you're just using your milk. Then this week I am going to be doing some baking, so that will be one of my next videos coming up. But I called my nana and I asked her for some of her old recipes, and I just thought that would be such a fun idea that I could recreate one of her favorite slices that she used to make for me. So I had to pick up a few things for that because I don't often kind of do treats baking and things. So I got this, which is some fine desiccated coconut, and I'm also going to use this to roll my protein balls in because before that, I just had like sliced coconut and it was kind of more like the strands of it, and desiccated is actually what I needed. So now that I've used that up, I'll just be using this one instead. Then I got this large packet of pitted dates. You could also get the medjool dates, but they're much more expensive. For this whole big bag, it was only $4, whereas when you buy the ones in the fridge section, they were in excess of $10. I also needed to get some caster sugar, so I just got this little baby one because, again, like I said, I don't do that much baking, so didn't want to get any huge pantry size things. And I've got some icing sugar, which will be for the icing. So it's a really, really delicious traditional kind of slice, and something that is just a beautiful afternoon tea thing if you've got some people coming around. So I will have that in the next video if you guys are interested in following along and doing a little fun baking with me. And just for some extra drinks, I have these, which are my favorite brand of kombucha, and this is the Remedy, and it's the raspberry lemonade. It is so delicious, and I just love having these if I'm feeling like something sweet or bubbly or anything. So I grabbed a 4-pack of the cans instead of the big bottle just because I don't really have that much space in my fridge, and you know, when you like lay a bottle down and then it loses the carbonation kind of thing. So just in order to keep it fresh, I got the cans instead. And then I got myself some plain soda water, which, like I said, I really love to have lemons in, but it's also just a great way for me to drink more water because I'm pretty bad at that, like most of us, I guess. And this is a little bit different than obviously just like tap water. So I find myself really able to drink a couple of glasses of this. And the last thing is I'm also trying some plant-based meals this week because I think it's really good to switch it up and definitely give your body a break from having meats and processed meats and those kind of things. So I will be doing some plant-based lunches and dinners and breakfasts and things. So for that, I'm using this delivery service called Solara, and these meals just look phenomenal. So this is one of the breakfast ones, which is peanut butter and jam oats. Yum. And then for lunch today, I'm going to be taking this, and it is called the Sun-Kissed Pesto, and it's a little pesto pasta. So that's just a super easy one. These are quite well calorie controlled as well. I think this also has some sun-dried tomatoes and pine nuts and things in it, which sounds really, really delicious. And yeah, that's just something that I'm trying to integrate because I really could come up with my own ideas, I guess, for some more plant-based things, but I just find some of the cooking a little bit fiddly, so I thought I would try it via a meal service instead, just to kind of like outsource that aspect of it so I don't have to think too hard. And the last few things I picked up are just some lashes for the weekend. I've got an event, so I usually really like these ones. They're just called the Wispies. And I also need to put up my knife block. You'll see the 2 stickers behind me. So I had put it up and it ended up falling down, which is really annoying. So I've grabbed these command hooks instead, and these are the more heavyweight ones. So hopefully around 2 I can put it up and it won't fall down and terrify me in the middle of the night, because I literally thought someone had broken into my house because this whole thing fell off with all the knives on it. So yeah, that was a little bit traumatic, but I'll give it a go and put it all back up again. But that is it. That's everything that I've bought for my week. For my other breakfast, like I said, I usually like to make my banana smoothie, and then I'll have a couple of protein balls and things. So I did make a batch of those last night, and that is everything that I'm going to be eating this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.